NetsBoy, so let's hear what he has to say. His name is NetsBoy, he thinks the world is all over when the Nets just can't play. What up, Net fans? NetsBoy's back and bringing you the latest in your Brooklyn Nets news. Okay, now, how y'all doing? This is the unofficial first episode of the new season of NetsBoy. I always do this right around the NBA draft. I come back out with my NetsBoy videos. It's been about 2 months since my last video, which was the end of the season wrap-up video. But that was all about last year. And to me, this is always the unofficial start of the new season because this is the new beginning for the Nets moving forward. It's the NBA draft. It's less than 2 days away. And the Nets currently just have the 29th overall pick in the draft from the Raptors, which they got in the trade when they got Damari Carroll. Look, this whole episode's about the NBA draft, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about specific players because I'm going to be honest, I don't know what's going to happen with the Nets this draft. Most rumors are saying that the Nets want to trade up in the draft. Maybe get the 14th overall pick from the Nuggets. There's rumors that the Nuggets are looking to try to package up Kenneth Faried and that pick as a salary dump tactics. And we all know the Nets love salary dump tactics. And Kenneth Faried would be a player that would make the Nets better. He's not a guy that I would really get excited about at this point in his career because I think he is who he is. Just a really good rebounding energy guy, but nothing spectacular. He's 28 years old. He's not like he's going to take his game to the next level. But that's all about getting that 14th overall pick, which there's a lot of solid, good young players that can be drafted with that 14th overall pick. There's some rumors that they might go for the 17th overall pick with the Bucks, in a similar type of situation. And then there's even some crazy rumors that the Nets might go to the Cavs and try to get their pick back, which is the 8th overall pick from the Cavs. Look, of all of those situations, to me, it seems like that 14th and 17th overall pick is more likely. Not because I don't think the Cavs are going to look to trade that pick, the 8th pick. I just think that the Cavs should use that to create more leverage to get, better players. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Nets don't have a lot to entice a team like the Cavs to trade with them for the 8th overall pick. Same thing with the Bucks. The Bucks, I don't think, are looking to do any type of salary dump moves. They're just looking to get better. And the same way that with the Cavs, nothing the Nets have that the Cavs are really going to want. I see the same thing with the Bucks. But that 14th overall pick with the Nuggets seems very practical because I can see the Nuggets trading Kenneth Faried and that pick for a player like a Damari Carroll and the Nets' 29th pick. You never know. Or there's a lot of rumors about Spencer Dinwiddie. I mean, those are the other rumors, that Damari Carroll or Spencer Dinwiddie are most likely the players to be traded for the Nets to move up, in addition with probably 29th overall pick to move up in the draft. Look, both those moves I do. I really like Spencer Dinwiddie. For all the times I've talked crap about him and said, who the hell is Spencer frickin' Dinwiddie and all this stuff, we all know that he was one of the better players on the Nets last year, and he was a huge reason for the limited but somewhat success that they had. I mean, I guess it's considered successful last year because they won 7 more games than they did the year before, and all you can ask for in team rebuilding is improvement, but I still think they should have done more than 28 wins. And Dinwiddie was a huge factor for that. But there is such a logjam in the guard position with the Nets right now. I'm okay with them losing Dinwiddie. Look, Jeremy Lin is back. He's allegedly fully healthy. He's feeling great about himself. He's always talking about how he can't wait to prove all the doubters wrong and naysayers and all that stuff. The Nets aren't going to be able to trade him because he's the one I would trade personally. And I know there's a lot of Jeremy Lin fans out there, and I'm not saying I want to trade Jeremy Lin because I don't think he could be a productive player. It's just that he's the oldest of all those guards. He's going to be 29 this year. He's always injury prone. Like, he hasn't had a fully healthy year yet with the Nets, and is going into his third year. His first 2 years have been constantly getting hurt. I just kind of think that he's just the most expendable player of those guards. Obviously you're not going to get rid of D'Angelo Russell. He's just a key player. And I like Spencer Dinwiddie and how well he improved. And then, you look at Isaiah Whitehead, who had a great year in the G League, and the Nets think very highly of him, and they think that he could be a key piece moving forward, but, he didn't get opportunities last year, and obviously you're not going to trade Karis LeVert, because Karis LeVert is arguably, in my opinion, next to D'Angelo Russell, the next best player. So, or the player with the most upside. Him and Jared Allen have the most upside. So, I feel like you got to trade Lin. And like I said, I would rather trade Lin, but no team's going to take Lin coming off the injury season. So, the most likely player of those guards to be is Dinwiddie. Look at your guard rotation. You got the backcourt. The future Nets backcourt should be D'Angelo Russell and Karis LeVert. And right now you got Jeremy Lin, who's going to be mixed in with that. So right now you're looking at D'Angelo Russell, Jeremy Lin, Isaiah Whitehead, who deserves to be in the rotation after the way he played last year. When he was called up, he played very solid, and in the G League he dominated. I think he proved that he should not be in the G League next year. I think he proved that he did his G League time. It's time to give him the chance at the next level. So you got to give him the opportunity. So your guard rotation should really be, LeVert, D'Angelo Russell, Jeremy Lin, and Isaiah Whitehead, which then makes Dinwiddie expendable, which is why I'm okay with them trading Dinwiddie. That being said, I also think someone like DeMarre Carroll is expendable, which is the other guy they were talking about trading, like I said before. He is a veteran. He's a leader. I get it. But he had such a good year last year. I'm telling you right now, Sean Marks, I feel like you have to trade him more than Dinwiddie. I like Dinwiddie. If you can figure out a way to keep him and maybe play Karis LeVert at the 3 and so on and so forth, and let those guards balance it out 1 through 3 because they're all kind of versatile players, do it. But I feel like you have to trade DeMarre Carroll. He's got 2 years left on his contract, and he's coming off a relatively healthy year for him and a very productive year. And I'm telling you right now, the value for DeMarre Carroll is at an all-time high. It will never be any higher than what it is right now. He is not part of the future. I know he's played great for the Nets. I was really impressed with him. I really liked him a lot this year. But you're not going to get anything more than what you got out of him. And he is the key. And right now his value is at the all-time high. You will not get more in a trade for DeMarre Carroll than you would right this second. I'm telling you. So if you're the Nets, that's the most logical move. I would trade DeMarre Carroll and that 29th overall pick to move up in the draft for any team that's looking for another versatile wing player who can guard the perimeter and be very successful. Maybe they'll do a crazy package deal where they'll do DeMarre Carroll, Spencer Dinwiddie, and the 29th overall pick to move up for the 8th overall pick with the Cavs. Maybe that's something the Cavs are going to try to do, saying, we got another playmaker in Dinwiddie, and we can go and bring in a versatile wing defender in DeMarre Carroll who can play alongside, if LeBron chooses to stay in Cleveland, which who knows what's going to happen there, but maybe play alongside LeBron and Love and those guys. Anything could happen, but I feel like that's a move the Nets need to make. And another reason why I want them to make that move come draft night is because I want the Nets to be able to re-sign Joe Harris. They only have about, I think it's something like $12 million in cap space right now, like $14 million in cap space. That's really enough to sign one player. And Joe Harris could be that player. But as I'll go over in my next NetsBoy episode would be the off-season moves and free agency and what I want them to do, you'll see that I have a couple other plans of what I want the Nets to do with cap space. And I like them to create a little bit more cap space. Or find a suitor for Timothy Mozgov, because we all know he's been complaining. I'm pretty sure you've read the articles that he's upset about the fact that he didn't play and doesn't understand why I'm not in the rotation. I'll tell you why you're not in the rotation. You suck, okay? You're a useless piece of crap, Mozgov. Come on. He was so useless when he played. How could he even? He thought he was being productive when he played out there. He was just useless. God, Mozgov is useless, and that's all I'll say about that. That's all I'm going to speak about that. But I want him to get a little bit more cap space. That's another reason why I want the DeMarre Carroll trade to happen, to create more cap space, move up in the draft, and if they get that 8th overall pick, they could really get a franchise changer. Now, I'm going to end with this. Because like I said, I'm not going to talk about any individual players because I don't know where exactly the Nets are going to pick. If they pick in the late teens, or they should get certain players. If they pick early on, they should get certain players. If they pick where they are at 29, they should get certain players. If they go in the second round, there's just this draft is going to be very interesting because there's a lot of consensus on good players, but no one knows exactly where they're going to go. So I'm not going to harp on that. But I will say this. The Nets need either a small forward or a power forward. Now look, Hollis-Jefferson to me is more of a power forward. But he could play the small forward spot. But if you look at the young core that the Nets have moving forward, you have D'Angelo Russell, point guard, Karis LeVert, shooting guard, Jared Allen, center. Hollis-Jefferson fits somewhere in that forward position. But they do not have a young core player in the other forward position, whether it's power forward or small forward. Like I said, to me, Hollis-Jefferson's more of a power forward, in my opinion. The way, he's played better, in my opinion, as a 4 than a 5. So that's what I want the Nets to get. Wherever they draft, I want them to get a young, talented, traditional small forward who can play with that because they need a young core. They have 2 or 3 players right now for that young core. Maybe 4, count Hollis-Jefferson. You need a 5. You need a 5th player to develop that core. And the one position that they don't have a player that they say, that's who I want, is that small forward spot. Another reason why I want them to trade DeMar Carroll. Get it? Because he's the small forward. See, it all comes full circle. And, I think a Bridges would be good. Either Mikal or Miles Bridges. One of those 2 guys, to me, would be the best choice for the Nets. I think that both those guys are very good players. And I think they're both versatile wings. And I don't know. That's just an opinion of certain players that I would love to see the Nets get, either Miles or Mikal Bridges. But like I said, I don't want to go into too many details of the players. In the last few Nets boys during the draft, I talked about players I wanted them. I wanted to get Jared Allen last year. They got him. The year before that, I wanted to get Isaiah Whitehead. They got him. So we'll see. So maybe they'll get either Miles or Mikal Bridges, and I'll be ecstatic about that. Those are the only 2 names I'm throwing out there because those are the players, to me, that would fit the mold of that traditional small forward, power forward, hybrid player who could really make a huge difference. I think Mikal Bridges is a little bit better, in my personal opinion. I'd rather see him. I'd rather see them get Mikal Bridges, but that's also because I watch Mikal Bridges more, being that I'm a Seton Hall alum, and I watch a lot of Big East basketball. And I got to see Mikal play at Villanova, and I think he's just a good fit. So I would pick Mikal, but Miles is also a very solid wing player as well for Michigan State. But, like I said, I think Mikal's better, and that's who I want to get. So there you go. Somehow I managed to throw a name out there of a player I want the Nets to get, even though I said I wasn't going to. Mikal Bridges from Villanova, that's the player I love to see the Nets to get. He's projected somewhere in that mid-lottery spot, and that's where I'm hoping they're going to trade up to. And if not Mikal, then maybe Miles, who's projected a little bit later into the teens, but whatever. Sean Marks, get me a Bridges player. Okay, done. That is the end of this episode. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what kind of moves you want to see them make by the draft. Some players that you believe they should get, if they should try to get some other player. The one thing I don't want them to do is get another damn guard, okay? They got too many damn guards right now, and they have no place to play them. And I know when you're a team in the rebuild, you're supposed to get the best player available. But I'm telling you right now, the best player available, wherever the Nets draft, look, it can't be another guard, okay? Just please don't get another guard. If the best player available is a guard, find the second best player available who's not a guard. Because it's just too much going on right now with those guards. And by the time you get that best player available, you're not going to be able to probably get a lot of value out of them in trade. I don't know. I'm just talking a little bit like spitballing because they need more talent, but they need to not do stupid moves. And I really have liked what Sean Marks has done so far. So we'll see what happens moving forward. Once again, you guys let me know what you think. And keep your eyes open for the next NetsBoy episode, which should be in probably another week or 2, because it'll be right before NBA free agency, which is July 1st, which I'm going to tell you some things I want to see the Nets do. So here we go again. NetsBoy's back. And keeping you posted. So until next time, NetsBoy signing off.